Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stevie. So I want to use this medium to appreciate those that are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for taking your time to subscribe. And then if you are watching this video and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button. Don't forget as well to turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload interesting video like this, you'll be the first person to get the notification. So what are we going to be looking at? So I want to start a series, right? We're going to be looking at some of the advanced topic in Golang. So these are advanced topic. The topic stats were challenging to me, right, when I was learning Golang. So, and then I'm going to try as much as I can to simplify these particular topics, because I've discovered that, what really helps me to overcome those challenges. So I'm going to be explaining all of those things to us. And with that, if you're watching this video and you're having some challenges as well in learning some of these advanced topics, right, with the help of this video, I believe is going to be able to assist you to understand better of what and how to make use of these advanced topics in Golang. So the first we're going to be looking at today is Goroutines and channels. Goroutine and channels. They are very important topic in Golang, right? And then if care is not taken, you might get confused a bit, right? If you don't really understand when to use it, the importance, right, and how to use it. So in which I'm going to be simplifying all of these topic, this Goroutine and channel today. I'm going to simplify them today. So without any further ado, so I've also prepared a kind of presentation, right, in which is in form of an article, right? So at the end of this video, I'm going to drop the link to this article in the description. You can find the source code, and if you want to read more about it, you can as well go into this article and read more about it. So let's get started. So I call it concurrency, Goroutines and channels simplified. Goroutines and channel simplifies. So what is Goroutines? So let's start from there. So I'm not just going to give you a definition of what is Goroutine. I'm going to I'm going to present a kind of a picture to you, right, for you to be able to understand. So I said, imagine you are working on a school project with a group of friends. So just imagine, as you are watching this video, just imagine, right, that you are working on a school project with a group of friends. Okay. So instead of doing everything by yourself, you give each friend a specific task to work on at the same time. So just imagine you have different projects. Maybe you have like 5, 6, 7 assignments to attend to, right? Instead of you doing all of those things by yourself, which is going to take time. Just imagine you have assignment A, assignment B, assignment C, and D, right? When you finish assignment A, that is when you go to the B to the C, which is going to take time. But Goroutine is when you now have 4 friends, and then you give each of those assignments to those 4 friends to help you to do the assignments. So honestly, this is when I was learning Goroutine, right? These are the pictures that really helped me to understand how Goroutine works in Golang, right? So just take a look. That is just simply meaning of Golang. That is, you assign different tasks. What you're supposed to do alone, you assign these tasks to your friend to help you to do it at the same time. So this way, look at it, and I said this way you can get the project done faster. So in Go programming, these friends are like Goroutine. You see, a Goroutine is a function that runs at the same time as other functions, helping you to do multiple things at once. So it helps you. Goroutine helps you to make your task, or it helps you to make your implementation to run faster. So I'm going to be showing us, after I've done this theoretical part, I'm going to take us to VS Code. So I'm going to be showing us 2 examples of where I use Goroutine to implement a particular feature, and then where I don't use Goroutine. Then we are going to see the runtime of these 2 comparison, right? So just be patient and then follow me through. Okay. So the next thing again is that why use Goroutine? So with this with the analogy I gave the other time, you should be able to understand, you'll be able to answer this question now, that why we use Goroutine. right? I say using goal routine is like having multiple friends to help you with different tasks simultaneously, making your work faster and more efficient. So that is the essence of goal routine. It's going to make your work faster and more efficient. So if you have to do everything yourself, it will take much longer. So now let's look at how to create goal routine. So this is how to create goal routine. You just have to come here. You declare here, we declare a function inside our package main. So we declare a function, right? The only thing this function is doing is just printing out hello world. And then we now have this inside our main. We run this goal, say hello world, say hello, right? So by the time you run this guy, you discover that this whole program is going to run simultaneously, right? It's going to run simultaneously. So I now said in this example, the say hello function runs in a separate goal routine. You see, the time.sleep line is there to give goal routine enough time to print hello world before the program ends. So that's the essence of this time. We try to sleep the process with 1 second, so that it's going to help us to it's going to wait in 1 second, so that this hello world is going to print. So if you copy this particular code now and run it, right, you are going to see how it works. Okay, so now let's come down to channel. So I hope I've been able to explain goal routine, right? Just follow the example I gave the other time, like of you having multiple assignments, multiple things to do, multiple tasks to do, right? And then you bring in your friend to assist you in that task and do it at once at the same time. Okay, so now let's look at channel now. So what are channels? Okay, so now let's say you and your friends are working on different parts of a project, all right, and you need a way to share information with each other. So channels in Go are like walkie-talkies. You see, so channels is Go like walkie-talkies. Like for example, now you and your friend, you are in different location. I don't know if some of you watch all these movies, right? All these military movies, action movies, right? Where you see the soldiers using walkie-talkies to communicate in different locations. So that same thing too that channel does. Okay, channels is just like that walkie-talkie that you use to communicate between you and your friend, to pass across information, right? To pass across information. That's what channel does. So it's just a way to pass an information, right, in Go routines. So then the let Go routine send and receive messages to each other safely. That is the work of channel. It's just for you to pass information and to receive information. Okay, so why use channels? So let's quickly look at why we use channel. So channels help Go routine communicate without getting in each other's ways. You see, they make sure that the messages are passed correctly and safely avoid any mix-up. So that is the importance of channels. So that's why you need to use channels. So it helps you to pass across your information. It helps between two Go routines, right? And it helps you to avoid a mix-up, right, when you are passing across your information. So let's see how to create channels now. So here, let's look at this code here, how to create channels. Now here, for example, this is how to make a channel. This is how to create a channel. So you specify this make, then this is CHAN here, then the string, then the data type. If it is Boolean, you specify it. If it is integer, you specify it, right? The information you want to pass to this channel. So here now, this is how to pass information. So we are sending, look at this arrow here. Okay, we are sending this information here to this message. Okay, don't forget that this here is a Go routine, right? What are we sending? We are sending this information, right, down to this message. Now we are now receiving this information here. So don't forget, this is just a variable, and then we are now saying that we are taking out of that information. So don't get confused. Here, that particular value, right, you want to send as message, you point it to the channel you created. Okay, so now here, what we are now doing is that we are getting out that information, right? We are saving it inside this variable, and then we are printing out that information. So in this example, we created a channel name messages that can carry text messages, right? This is just the explanation of what I've just done here. Okay, now, so let's look at this example of how to use Go routine and channel in a real world. So I'm going to be showing us an example now of how to use Go routine and channel in the real world. We're going to be building just a very simple web crawler. So let me take us to VS Code. Let me take us to VS Code. So I want to show us a comparison now, right? I created an implementation where I don't use Goroutine to achieve this simple web crawler, right? That I built. And then the other one, I use Goroutine to achieve this simple web crawler, right? Now, here, let me just comment this guy out here, from here down to this place. So let me comment this out here. And then let me uncomment and give a space. So let me uncomment this. Okay. So now let me save. Now here in this example here, right? I wanted to get the title of this URL, google.com. I want to get the title of github.com, and then the same thing with Stack Overflow. Okay, I just want to get the title. So these are 3 different URL. Okay. So now let me quickly explain what is happening here. So here I created a function, right, that is performing this crawling. Okay. So in this function, I'm passing this URL. Don't forget what I'm just doing in this main is just that I'm just simply mapping through, right? I'm using this for, right, to look through this array here of URLs. That's what I'm simply doing. So look at it here. I'm saying for, so in this range URLs, right? Then I'm passing each of these URL. I'm taking this, I take this first one, right? Pass it into this function, this fetch title sequential function, right? I pick this second one, which is github.com, pass it. So once this title once we're able to get the title for google.com, then we can now do the same for GitHub. Then we can now do the same for Stack Overflow. So now inside this function here, let's come here and see what is happening. So we are using the standard package in Golang, this HTTP, right, to make a request to those URL, and then we are catching the error here in case there is an error while we are trying to fetch. Okay, and then here we are getting the body, right, the response body of that request. Okay, and what are we trying to do? We are just using regex to get out the title, right, of the body, right, and then we are logging it, we are returning it, the title back in where we are calling this our function here. So you can see now we are we comment out this result, that is the result of what we get here. We comment it out here, right? We log it out here. So that's simply what we are trying to do. Okay, and then we want to see the time that it took us to run these particular functions here. So we want to check the time that it takes us to run all these particular all these functions here. So we want to see, then we are going to compare the time, right, that we are able to crawl this particular 3 websites. We will compare that time with when we use Goroutine. Currently we don't use Goroutine here, so we just do it. We do the implementation, manually without Goroutine. Okay, so let me use that word. So we do the implementation without Goroutine. Okay, so let me open my terminal now. Okay, and then let me make it bigger because this is where we want to see what is going on. So let's say go run main.go. Okay, so look at it now. So it's currently trying to get the title for Google. So it got the title for GitHub, right? And then we also get the title for Stack Overflow. So this is the title of GitHub is GitHub. Let's build from here. The same thing for Stack Overflow. We are able to get the title now. What really concerns us now that we really want to check in this tutorial is the time that it took for this program to run. So it took 4.081 seconds, right? So let's just approximate it to 4.1 seconds, right? It took 4.1. Just take note of that it took 4.1 seconds to run this particular program without Goroutine. Okay, so now let's check Goroutine now. So what happened is that from this point here, okay, let's comment these guys out here, and then from here, so we need to do something. Let's uncomment this guy. So then let's save. Okay, so here now let me quickly explain what is going on. So this is where we are using this. Okay, let me uncomment this. Yeah, so this is where it starts. So this package main. Okay, so now let me quickly explain what is going on here, right? So here we have our main, the same, we have just what I showed you the other time. We have our arrays of URLs, Now look at it here. We created a channel here, right? So which is a type string. Just take note, and we try to get the length of this URL here. Now here we use this start now for us to be able to know the time it took this particular program to run. Now we now say we start a go routine for each URL here. Now what is happening here? We are using this weight group, right? This weight group, we are telling this weight group that we only have one go routine. So in my next video, I'm going to explain extensively how to use weight group, right? I'm going to explain in details. So I might not be able to cover up here, right? But in my next video, it's going to be the next topic I'm going to talk about. So so don't worry if you don't really get it here. So in my next video, you'll be able to understand what weight group does. But typically what we are trying to do is just that we are trying to tell weight group that, see, we only have one go routine, right? So now we now call this is fetch title here. So don't forget that this function is at the top here. So this is where we are trying to fetch the title, right? So now if you come here again, we now say we wait for all go routine to finish. So that's the essence of this wait group here. So we wait till when all go routine is going to finish, and then we close the channel here. Don't forget that this result is the channel, right? So we now come here. So what happened is that we collect and print the results. So then we now come here, we now try to show the time that it took us to run this particular program. So now let's come up here. Let's see what is happening here. So we are receiving the URL, okay, which is a string. Then this weight group here, right? And then what is happening here is that these results, don't forget that this result is a channel, which is a string, okay, in which we are using to pass information, right? So now we use the HTTP package, right, to get the URL for us to be able to get the response. Okay, so what happens here? So don't forget when I was explaining the other time how to pass information into a channel. Don't forget that. So what is happening here is that we are trying to pass an information into this channel here, right? That in case there's an error, we are passing across an information to this result, which is a channel. Okay, so now let's come down here. So the same goes here, right? We are trying to read the body. In case there's an error reading the body, we are also passing this error message into this our channel here. Don't forget that we are logging this channel here, this result, which is channel, we are logging it out here. Okay, so now let's come here. So we are using the same thing, this regex expression, to get the title, and then once we are able to get the title, we are passing that information into results, which is our channel. So the same thing too happens here. Okay, so now let's run this program, and then let's see the time it takes us to run this program. So let's come here, let's do the same thing, go run.main. So you can see, so it took us 1.5 seconds. So look at the distance. Okay, so the program we run the other time, we don't use go routine, it took us 4.1 seconds. If I'm correct now, 4.1 seconds. But this particular one that we use go routine, it took us 1.5 seconds. So you can see the difference in terms of speed. So that is why it is important you know and learn how to use go routine in your programs and channel. It is very, very important. It's for efficiencies, and then for quick delivery of your program, right? It's very, very important. So in this video, I've been able to explain how to use go routine, and then I've been able to simplify channel as well. I try to use an analogy, right, an example of how go routine works, by telling you that you have multiple assignments, and then you give it to your friend to do those assignments for you at the same time. That is simply go routine. And then if you want to pass information from one go routine to another, that is where channel comes in, right? So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about weight group. Okay, so I'm going to be trying as much as I can to simplify it the way I did for this go routine and channel. So if you really appreciate this video, and then if you really, really understand it, kindly let me know in the comment section. And then if you have any questions, let me know. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you really, really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.